What's up, guys? I'm back today with another Pocket GM21 video on the channel. And in today's video, we are going to be starting a new series on the channel. And this is something that stems off one of my most other recent videos where I was showing you guys how to get the NFL rosters onto the game and play with them on your save files. And that is what we're going to be doing today. We are going to be doing a rebuild series on the channel. Now, the way this is going to kind of work is it's going to be like a 5-year rebuild. My plan is 5 years. If 5 years ends up being a little too short, we might do a 10-year rebuild. But for right now, we'll do 5 years, start off for this one. And my plan or my goal is to do an entire season in an episode. So to do an entire team, it would take 5 episodes to get through the entire team. To get through the entire series and be done with it, or not the entire series, but for that team, we're going to go 5 episodes, and then we'll move on to the next team. And if that ends up being too short, we'll do 10 episodes, and we'll do a 10-year rebuild. But we'll see what happens. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go. If we can end up fitting more into a season, then we will. If we can end up fitting less, then we will. I am not sure. We're just going to run with it and see what ends up happening. So we're going to start off the bat. We're going to be playing on hard difficulty. The only thing I'm going to do is lower the injury rating, and we're going to be starting out as a nobody for our reputation. And who are we going to start out with for this rebuild? And I'm thinking of Detroit. Detroit being one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. Obviously, 2 wins on the season, at least when I'm recording this. I'm recording this very, 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 very far in advance, so I'm recording this probably like a month plus in advance. So as of right now, the season's not over with, and they have 2 wins. By the time this video comes out, we're probably already in the postseason in the NFL. So I do apologize for that, but this is just how things have to go for right now. So we're rocking with this team: 78 defense, 77 offense, 77 overall, 32 million in cap space. We are going to rock with the team and see where our goal is, see what we want to do with the team, and just kind of plan what we want to do. This team's not great. We're going to have some struggles, and I don't want to make this rebuild super unrealistic. So I'm going to try to kind of play to what the Lions would kind of do and not make some absurd trades. I'm not going to go out and, go to the Bucs and trade for Tom Brady because he's going to win us the Super Bowl. I'm not going to go do some crazy absurd trades like that because it just doesn't make sense and doesn't kind of follow with what should really happen or relatively happen in a rebuild in the NFL, to kind of make this a difficult kind of thing to where we have to work and progress our way to a championship or a playoff run. So let's see what we can do. Hopefully by the end of this, we can get a championship. I'm going to skip around and kind of show you guys random things during the points of the video. So you're not going to see every single moment like I do on my other series or my full-on like career mode series. You're not going to see every single moment. It's kind of going to be chopped up. So without further ado, let's get started with this. You guys heard the intro, my spiel, and all that stuff. You guys are still sticking around. I appreciate it. But let's get started, check out the team, see what improvements we really do want to make, and we can go from there. So right off the bat, we have Jared Goff at quarterback. I don't mind getting Jared Goff. I'm a Jared Goff fan. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. We just have a terrible team built around him, and this is how I feel about the Lions in real life. I think they have a terrible team built around Jared Goff, so there's no success that's going to be made there. We're going to run Amon Ross St. Brown. He might be all the way up to the number 3 receiver, and I almost want to put him at number 1, but we'll rock with this and go from there. We have TJ Hawkinson, who's looking pretty good, and Frank Ragnow is actually fairly good as well, so I think there's some chance. We have Penei Sewell. I really think he should be a higher overall, but that's just me. Trey Flowers has got to go. He makes way too much money, so I'm going to toss him on the trade block to begin with. We're not going to release him. We cannot afford to release him. We're going to add him to the trade block, try to get some players. Nick Williams, add him to the trade block, try to get rid of some players. We'll keep Michael Brockers on for this year. We might get rid of him next year. Jamie Collins has got to go. His contract is way too big. We're adding him to the trade block as well, and he doesn't want to be here. So goodbye, good riddance. Do not come back. And Jeff Okudah is going to be bumped up to the number 1 corner. And then we're going to bump up this guy. I'm not even going to try to butcher his name. We're going to bump him up. Actually, we're going to move Quentin Dunbar down. That's what we're going to do. This is our plan right here. And, so this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to rock with, see if there's any free agents. Mitchell Schwartz is out there, Jarrell Casey, Justin Houston even, too. But, like I said, we're probably going to rock with this team. We'll look at the backups for quarterbacks. Some interesting places. Matt Schaub's still in the game. Pretty funny. I think one other interesting thing. No. I thought I saw what's his face before. Anyways, let's just keep going on. We'll keep going on here. So we're gonna sim through some of the season, and I will catch you guys probably in a couple weeks when we make some trades. So the first trade that we're going to be making here is trading away Jamie Collins. We're going to be getting rid of him for a first-round pick this year and a second and sixth-round pick from next year. So we're going to be trading him over to Cleveland. Going to add some pieces to Cleveland. Not that that needs to happen, but it's okay. We'll rock with it. We'll get rid of Jamie Collins and check out the squad afterwards. Bumps us down to a 75 overall. Not exactly where we want to be, but it's going to be okay. We'll make this team work. We're going to make some trades. We're going to make some moves. And we'll get this team to a championship caliber team at some point. So the second trade that we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting rid of Trey Flowers and our sixth-round pick next year for a first-round pick from Atlanta for next year as well. We'll make that trade. Now that I'm thinking about it, I said I was going to play this realistically, but obviously the Lions are not going to trade away Trey Flowers. They're not going to trade away Jamie Collins because he's not there anymore, but Trey Flowers' contract is so absurdly big that it's almost impossible to trade away, and what you'd get in return would be nothing. So, honestly, I get I'm not really playing realistically now that I think about it, but we're just going to run it with it and see what we can do. We did upset Seattle in the last one. Not that I think Seattle's a great team this year in the NFL, but we're the Lions. We shouldn't really be beating teams like that, and we're a 75 overall team. So, we'll see what we can do. We did just get rid of some more players. We have some first-round picks coming up as well, so I'm excited to see what we can do with those. But let's continue to get on with this game, and we'll move closer to the trade deadline and see if we want to make any blockbuster trades. So we are through 7 weeks of the season. We are 1-6 on the year. Our defense is actually not terrible. They're playing fairly well for the overall. Honestly, our offense, I'm going to give Jared Goff a chance next year. 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. The team is terrible. So we're going to give him a chance next year and just kind of see what we can do. Checking out the offense and the defense. There's really no one on here that is having a good year. Randy Bullock's having a good year, but he's kicking 6 extra points in 7 weeks is pretty mind-blowing to me. It says we're in the hunt for the playoffs. We're not in the hunt for the playoffs. Checking around in the league, you got New England, Baltimore, Jacksonville, and KC is undefeated. Somehow Washington is 6-1, Green Bay 6-1, Tampa 6-1, and Seattle is surprisingly leading the division with Matthew Stafford injured. So we're going to move on from that, see what we can do here. Maybe we can make some moves and make some trades here for any players on the trade block. But I will catch you guys if we do make any trades. If not, I will probably catch you guys at the end of the regular season before we head to the playoffs. So we'll just kind of keep going with the season. We get absolutely demolished by Minnesota. We put up 3 points. Jared Goff throws for 69 yards. I don't even know what to say. We're going to get through this season. We really need to get to the offseason and see what moves we can make here as we lose to Arizona. And Jared Goff is going to be injured. This is a good moment. Actually, this could be a chance. He's going to be out for 7 weeks with a torn hamstring. On the year, 6 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Again, we're giving him a chance next year. The team is so bad, but let's see what we can pick up. See if there's anybody interesting that we want to pick up here. See if anybody wants to make some improvements on the team. So I'm thinking RG3. We might be bringing in RG3, or we could just go and bring in some crazy player and just kind of see what we want to do. I wish the trades were still open because I would have traded for someone, but we're going to go after RG3. His stats aren't great, but again, why not? It's a 1-year deal. We're bringing him in. We have no money. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot. Do we have $500,000 in space? Wow, we have $500,000 in cap space, and I want to bring in a player to compete for this team. But if we want to spend $500,000, we are going to be actually not even possible. So, are we giving the start to David Blau or Tim Boyle? I think it's going to be Blau. We're going to give him the start. And for the rest of the season, it looks like, because we are 3-9. We get the win within his first game of the year. He throws for 181, no touchdowns. DeAndre Swift with a pretty good day. But we'll get through the rest of the season, get out of here. More injuries to the team. We need to bring in some new coaching staff. We'll see what we can do here. I'll get through the rest of the year, and I'll catch you guys at the end of the year, and we'll make some moves in the offseason. So we did make it to the end of the year, and I just wanted to go through here quickly, show you guys some of the stats for the players, and then show you the standings. We got New England winning the division, Cleveland win the division, Jacksonville surprisingly winning the division. Trevor Lawrence is a little overpowered in this game, as you guys can see, plus 10. He has super development. We have KC winning the division. We got Vegas coming in the wild card. Chargers having a bad year. Washington beating Dallas for the division. Green Bay winning the division on our division. Tampa going 16-1, winning their division. Absolutely phenomenal year. And Seattle winning the division at 8-9. I think there were a couple injuries. Matthew Stafford was out for a little while. And I think, Kyler Murray was out for a while as well. Or I guess not really. I guess he played the whole year. 17 games, 21 touchdowns, 13 year. A little bit of a rough year for Kyler Murray. But we'll head over to the player stats. Trevor Lawrence is going to lead the league in fantasy points and passing yards. Surprised. Usually Tom Brady is one of the most overpowered players in the game. To start off the bat, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes tying for the most touchdowns. Jalen Hurts going to lead the league with 26 touchdowns, 18 touchdowns, 26 interceptions, followed by Deshaun Watson, Carson Wentz as well. For the running game, we have Josh Jacobs leading the league in rushing. Ronald Jones up there, which is kind of surprising. Where is Derrick Henry? All the way down here. He must have, he missed 10 games and still had 776 yards. Phenomenal year. Jamal Williams going to lead our team, and DeAndre Swift a little bit lower. 78 touchdowns for them is not terrible. Receiving D-Hop's going to lead us in the league. Larry Fitzgerald signing with Atlanta with almost 1,000-yard year. Receiving TJ Hawkinson with an okay year. Might have a chance to make Conference Bowl. Defensively, sacks Cameron Jordan. Overall, Von Miller, top of the board. Punter and kicker, we don't really care. We'll check out the team stats. David Blau is going to finish with 5 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Jamal Williams already went over those two. Tyrell Williams going to lead the team in receiving. TJ Hawkinson, Geronimo Allison, Brashad Perryman, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. And sacks-wise, 8 were the Aquara. Not too bad. Going to keep him on the team probably. 5 interceptions for our safety. 4 for Anzalone. Actually crazy. Our cornerback with 3 interceptions as well. Randy Bullock having a pretty good year. And let's get through the playoffs, see who's going to win it all. I have a feeling it's going to be KC and Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl, because that's what it ends up being when you end up playing on this with these rosters. And it looks like KC, Tampa Bay. Who is going to win it all? Let's see who it's going to be. And it's going to be Tampa Bay 20-19. Tom Brady going back-to-back in Tampa Bay. And Chris Godwin's going to get player of the game. We are coming off, I know I'm recording this super far in advance, but Chris Godwin just announced, it just got announced that he tore his ACL 2 or 3 days ago. So we're just coming off that Bucs-Saints game. Terrible news, terrible thing to see happen. But anyways, we're going to move on. Trevor Lawrence is going to get MVP and Offensive Rookie of the Year. Absolutely crazy. Von Miller, Defensive Player of the Year. And does TJ Hawkinson he does make Conference Bowl. And it looks like we probably don't. We have one. Our safety actually ended up making it to the All-Pro team. And at Conference Bowl, we have our defensive tackle, Michael Brockers, and our safety as well. So, iffy year. We missed it. We're in a rebuild year. We acknowledge the team is in rebuild right now, and so are not surprised with the results this year. We'd love you to provide some stability and rebuild this franchise for future success. So we're staying here, obviously. We're rebuilding the Lions, seeing what we can do. I'm going to make some of these offseason moves, pick up some players, get rid of some players, sign some players, do all that kind of stuff, maybe pick up some new coaches, and then we will hop into next year or hop into the draft and everything like that. So I'll probably do a ton of this stuff off screen and then show you guys so this video doesn't end up being too crazy long. So I'll see you guys in a little bit when we make some moves, and maybe we have a little bit of a chance to get better next season. Maybe we have a little bit of a chance to get better next year. I can't even talk, but I'll see you guys in a couple seconds. So we're actually going to be making a very big trade here. We're getting rid of Jamal Williams, who is getting a little bit older, and I'm kind of planning on getting rid of and picking up a new running back. I can't even talk. Taylor Decker's contract is absolutely disgustingly huge. Goodbye, and Vitai's got to go. His contract is absolutely disgusting. His value is at negative 85 because his contract is a $9 million cap hit. Absolutely crazy. We're also getting rid of a second-round pick next year and a fourth-round pick the year after to get Jonathan Allen, who's going to need a big contract here, but I'm okay giving it to him. And then a fifth and sixth-round pick from the following year as well. So we're going to make that trade. We're going to also go give him a contract right away. We'll head over to our defensive tackles, Jonathan Allen, and we're going to give him probably a 3-year deal. $10.5 million is what he wants. I'm going to see if we can get him for $10 million, and we do. We rock it in. click, clock it in, sign it, pencil to paper, pen to paper, whatever you want to say. We get Jonathan Allen on a 3-year, $10 million deal. Not too bad. We still have about $50 million in cap space, 46 to be exact. And we'll see what other moves we can make, see who else we're going to bring back, and I will catch you guys once we make some more moves. So we went out here and made some moves here in free agency. We picked up Tyler Huntley, just came off an almost game-winning game against Green Bay. I know I'm talking about games that have happened so long ago, but whatever, it is what it is. Tyler Huntley is back up. We also pick up Josh Gordon and John Ross. Going to be two nice pieces. John Ross's speed is he's too quick to pass up on. We also brought in Rob Gronkowski, one of my favorite players. I don't think he's going to have a great career. He's a little too old to be for this game, 75 overall and declining as well, but it's okay. And then defensively, obviously, we gave Jonathan Allen his extension. We also went out and picked up two other players. We went out and spent a lot of money on Chris Barnes and also a lot of money on Shaq Barrett to upgrade this defense a little bit, bringing it to an 81 overall. And that's pretty much where it ends. We also are looking at some other players. There were some other players I was actually really interested in picking up. I was looking at they had Fournette out here that I was definitely interested in picking up. Adrian Green I would be interested in picking up as well, but he's just not interested in playing for the squad. So it's going to have to be. It is what it is. We have $21 million in cap space. See what we can do here. See if we can make any moves and see if we can get any hit on any good draft picks. For the draft, we do have some pretty good picks. We'll just get a quick look. We have the 3rd overall pick, the 27th pick. And then we also have a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. So 2 first-round picks and then everything from there. We also have 2 firsts next year. And then from there, after that, we are a little bit short on picks. We don't have a 4th in the 2024 and then 2 5ths, 2 6ths. So we'll move on here and we'll get to the draft, see if we can get any star players in the draft and really change this team. Check if there's anybody on the trade block. Robbie Anderson would be good to pick up, but a little too old for kind of our winning window. Not really interested. We could pick up Sidney Jones as well, but that's another option for another day. So we're going to move on. We will head over to the draft. I will catch you guys after the draft and before we start next season. So you guys can see we had a pretty successful draft, A+ overall on grade, and we had a pretty successful draft. As you guys can see, we're going to be moving on, and we have quick development for our 77 linebacker and quick development for our 69 overall offensive tackle. So we're going to check out the team afterwards, see where we're kind of sitting at, and get a gist for what kind of team we're looking at here. So Jared Goff's still going to get the start this year. I don't know if I want to give Funk the start or DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift with the quick development almost makes you want to start him, but this guy looks absolutely nuts. Cannot get rid of him. 96 power is crazy. He's got really good trucking. 87 trucking is phenomenal. Probably going to give him the start, honestly. We have a new rookie in DJ Anderson. Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be the starter. We also picked up another wide receiver later on in the draft. When did we pick him up? In the 6th round. Wow, this guy we picked up in the 3rd round. And that's kind of where our team's going to go. We got DJ Anderson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Alec Martin. I think I want to bump down Tyrell Williams. I almost want to get rid of Tyrell Williams. It's definitely something I'm interested in doing. So I think we might do that. Josh Gordon is going to be the 4th starter, and Cephas is going to be the backup. Offensive line, we didn't really pick up anybody. Offensive tackle, we picked up Jake Murray in the 7th round. Gregory Washington, I don't know why I said George. Gregory picked him up in the 1st round. Looking pretty well. Also got Pagan, which is going to be an 85 defensive end. Definitely wanted to add a little bit of pass rush to this team. Still have Jonathan Allen, Michael Brockers. Definitely 84 declining. I don't want to get rid of him because he had a pretty good year last year. Shaq Barrett, Chris Barnes, Zumwalt. We also picked up as well. And then we have a new rookie cornerback who is going to be 2nd string behind Okuda. And that's where we're going to end this off. So let's get through here. I'm going to make a couple last-second trades here before we start the regular season, and we will pop through for the regular season. Probably in next episode. I think this episode's gone a little too long, so we'll probably hop that in next episode. But I'm going to probably trade away Tyrell Williams really quickly, and then I don't know where we're going to pick up. We might pick up an offensive tackle or something like that. We might package someone together and pick up an offensive tackle, but not 100% sure. We'll see what we end up doing, and we'll go from there. So we are going to be getting rid of Tyrell Williams, trading him over to Minnesota for Christian Darrisaw and a 4th and 6th round pick in 2024. We're going to get rid of this trade, or do this trade to get rid of him, and check out how the team stands now. We got Darrisaw moving over to offensive tackle. I think the team looks pretty good. I'm content with the team. I'm content with the draft. I'm happy with the trades we made. I really think we could compete this year. I really think we have a chance to maybe get in the hunt and see what we can do. See if we can make any improvements. I'm really hoping Jared Goff has a good year. I really don't think, if he has a bad year, I don't know if we're going to give him another chance. That is the issue. We'll see what happens. We'll see what next year holds for us. I'm hoping we have some potential. We got a new running back. We have some new receivers. We have some new pieces, some good pieces that I think we can build around on this team. So let's see what we can do, and we'll hop into the regular season for next year with next episode. So I'm going to edit this episode together, put it all together, and if it ends up being like too long, I'll change the format. If it ends up being too short, I will end up combining like 2 seasons into one episode, and we will go from there. But I hope you guys do enjoy this first episode of the series. I have a ton of fun making this. It's really fun to play with the regular NFL rosters on Pocket GM21. And if you guys are looking for a tutorial on how to get them on your roster as well and play with these teams as well, definitely make sure to go check out my tutorial that I have. I'll have that linked up in the top right corner at some point during the video if you guys are interested. If not, it should be one of my most recent videos from a couple weeks ago or so. So you can definitely check through my most recent Pocket GM videos as well. But without further ado, I'm going to end this one off. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. And I will see you guys very soon with the next episode of our Lions Rebuild.